Srimad Bhagavat Purana, Book 10, or should I say Canto 10, Chapter 40, the Akrura's Hymn of Praise. All hail to Almighty Vasudeva. Now, I was wondering, shall I try and recite the slokas as well? I'm likely to make a few mistakes, but shall I? Alright, I will. So, Akrura Uvacha Natosmyaham tva kila hetum Narayanam Purushamadhyam avyayam Yannabhijata Daravinda Koshat Brahma Virasi Yata Esha Lokaha. Akrura said, I bow to thee, the cause of all that be, Narayana, primal divinity, from whose navel the lotus did emerge, the seat of Lord Brahma, the demiurge, whence generation of the world doth spring, which all creatures into existence bring. Bhusto yamagnihi pavanakamadir mahanajadir mana indriyani sarvendriyartha vibudascha sarve yehe tavasti jagatonga bhuta. The earth, the water, fire, and the wind, the sky and cosmic intellect combined, the ruling mind which over sense presides, each deity whose sense objects provides, all these causes, effects which generate from thine own proper person emanate. Naite swarupam viduratmanaste yajadayo natmataya grihita ajonu buddha sagagunairajaya gunat param vedanate swarupam. By yogins, thus, all these evolutes from thee derive, and objective reality contrive. Yet thou, the pure subject, are not perceived, nor e'en by Brahma canst thou be conceived, for he is swayed by nature's attribute, but thou art transcendent and absolute. Tvam yogino yajantya mahapurushamishwaram sadhyatmam sadibhutam cha sadidaivam cha sadhavaha. By yogins thou art worshipped and adored as the great being and the ruling Lord, with Adhyatma, Adibhuta endued, and Adidaiva they gain beatitude. Traya cha vidya kechitvam vevaitanika dvijaha yajante vitatair yagyair Nana Rupa Marakyata Arakyaya. Some worship as the three Vedas ordain, Brahmins who the sacred fire maintain, with incantations, rites, and sanctities in worship of the deathless deities. Eke tva Tvakila karmani sanyasyopasamam gataha jnanino jnanayagyena yajanti jnana vigraham. Some, through renouncement of all actions, make the wisdom sacrifice for wisdom's sake, and worship you to propitiate the very form of wisdom incarnate. Anye cha sanskritatmano vidhina bhihitena te yajanti tvanmaya swang vai bahumurtyekamurtikam. Still others, purified in mind, pursue the disciplines promulgated by you. To devout contemplation they adhere as you in one or many forms appear. Tvam evanye shivoktena margena sivarupinam bhavacharya vibhedena bhagavan samupasate. Others worship supreme divinity in the form of Shiva, which texts decree, with diverse offerings and disciplines, through many teachers and many doctrines. Sarva eva yajanti tvang sarva deva mayeshwaram yepyanya devata bhakta yadyapyanya diyaha prabhu. Yet all these who devout worship pursue in all reality but adore you, though they on other gods' worship insist. You are the Lord in whom the gods subsist. Yathadri prabhava nadyaha parjanya purita prabho visanti sarvatas sindhu tadvatvaya yadvatvam gatayon tataha. E'en as torrents flow down the mountain side and disembogue into the ocean's tide, so all these paths ultimately ensue, O Master mine, the way that leads to you. Sattvam rajastama iti bhavata prakritir gunah teshu hi prakrita prota abrahmastavaradayah. The sattva, raja, tama qualities from your primordial nature arise, which doth creatures from the immobile bind up to Brahma within nature confined. Tubhyam namaste svavishakta drishtaye sarvatmane sarvadiyang cha shakshine guna pravaho yamavidyaya krataha pravartate deva nritiryagatmasu. All hail to thee, the source of every soul, whose comprehensive vision scans the whole, the conscious witness of their thoughts and deeds. From thee the stream of attributes proceeds. In perpetuity creation springs of gods divine, men, and all living things. Agnir mukham te vanirangri-rikshanam suryo napho napirato disha shrutihi Dyokam surendra-stava bahavornava kukshir marut pranabalam prakalpitam. Fire, your face, your feet, the earth, your eye, bright Surya, and your deep navel, the sky. the directions your auditory sense. Heaven is your head, and your arms immense are the mighty gods, and your vital air, the wind and vegetation is your hair. The clouds are represented by your locks, your bones and nails, the mountains and the rocks. The passing of each day and night implies the momentary blinking of your eyes. Your virile member represents the lord of creatures who brings forth the human horde. Your potent semen is as rain perceived, as in this vast conception is conceived. And so I read 2 verses together there in the translation, but only read 1 verse in the original. So I'll read that other second verse there. Romani vrikshaushadaya shiroruha medha parasya stita khanitendraya nimeshanam ratrahani prajapatir medrinstu vrististava viryamishyate. Now, text 15. Tvaya vyayatman purushe prakalpita lokaha sapala bahujiva sankula yatha jale sanjihate jalokaso pyundumbareva mashaka manomaye. Thou art the self-supreme everlasting, from whom the worlds and its guardians spring. The teeming multitudes of souls evolve from thy nature and within thee resolve, as crowded fishes populate the sea, or insects in the fruit of a fig tree. Yani yani harupani kriranartam vibharshihi tairamrishta sucholoka mudakayanti te yasaha. Whenever and wherever you resort to incarnate for the purpose of sport, the singing of those deeds and your high fame washes away of misery the stain. Nama karana matsyaya pralayabdi charaya cha hayashirshno namastupyam madhukaitapa mrityave. O primal fish incarnate, hail to thee, who plied the flood of devastation's sea. To thee of horse's head I bow and sue, to thee who Madhu and Kaitava slew. Akuparaya bahave brihate namo mandaradharine kshiptyuddhari viharaya namah sukara murtaye. Thou didst as the colossal tortoise sport to steady Mount Mandara as support. Hail to thee in the form of a wild boar, who lifting sunken earth on your tusk bore. Namaste Dbutta Singhaya Satu Lokabhayapaha Vamanaya Namastubhyam Kshanti Tribhi Bhuvanaya Cha. Hail to thee, who as the lion man appears, relieving the pious ones of their fears. All hail to thee, the diminutive God, who with 3 paces through the 3 worlds trod. Namo Briggunam Pataye Dripta Kshatra Vanachide Namaste Raghuvaryaya Ravanantaka Rayacha. All hail to thee, Lord of the Brigu's lion, who destroyed martial princes for their crime. Hail thee, the noble offspring of Raghu, who in the bitter conflict Ravan slew. Namaste Vasudevaya, Namasankarshanaya cha, Pradyumnaniruddhaya Satvatam Pataye Namaha. All hail to thee, Vasudeva, great Lord. All hail to thee, Sankarshana, adored. Hail Pradyumna and Aniruddha too, O Lord of Sattvatas, I bow to you. Bhagavan Jivalokoyam Namo Buddhaya Shuddhaya Daitya Danava Mohini Mlechapraya Kshatrahantre Namaste Kalkirupine. Hail, Lord Buddha, as pure and holy man, Mohini, who enchants the demon clan. All hail to thee, Kalki, avenging Lord, who extirpate the barbarous, lawless horde. Bhagavan Jivalokoyam Mohita Stavamayaya Aham Mametya Sadgraho Brahmyate Karma Vartmasu. O Lord, mighty, supreme, the living soul is confounded under Maya's control, with vain conceit and false identity, misapprehension of reality, and thus compelled by arbitrary sway, must on the path of varied actions stray. Aham Chatmana Aham Chatmatmajagardarartha Swajanadisu Brahmami Swapna Kalpesu Mura Satyadhya Vibho. This conception doth myself too confound, to wife and offspring and to kinsmen bound. Deluded as reality I ween, all this, Lord, though insubstantial as a dream. Anityanatmamukhesu viparyamati haryamaham Dvandvaramastamovisto na jane tvatmana priyam. The fleeting, the non-self of woe the source, retards the mind into a backward course. Thus I, in duality, pleasure sought, unwitting, and being with darkness fraught. Thus I am unable to comprehend that you are the soul's beloved and friend. Yatha buddho jalam hitva pratichyannam tad udbhavai abhyeti mriga trishnang vai tatvattaham parang mukha. E'en as the fool the water-hole forsakes, o'ergrown with weeds, in folly he mistakes, and would toward a vain mirage essay. Even so from you I have turned away. Notsaheham kripanadhi kama karmahatam manah rotum pramati bishchakshir Shriyamanam itastataha. I have no zeal, and feeble is my mind, to desire-prompted actions confined. My obstinate senses cannot be curbed, drawn hither and thither, always perturbed. Soham tavangriupagatosmyasatang durapam tachapyaham bhagavadanugraha ishamanye pungso bhavedyarhi sansaranapavargastvayabjanabha sadupasanayamati syat. Thus even I approach as refugee your feet which the impure mind cannot see, since only by grace are you to be seen, and not by any other means, I ween. When he does the term of existence gain, the soul, O lotus-naveled, may attain the society of your devotees and learn from them the way your grace to please. Namo Vijnana Matraya Sarva Pratya Hetave Purushe Sha Pradhanaya Brahmani Nanta Shaktaye. All hail to thee, the form of pure wisdom, and the cause of all diverse conception. Thou art the ruler of nature and souls, and thy mighty power thus all controls. Namaste Vasudevaya Sarvabhuta Kshayaya Cha Hrishikesa Namastubhyam Prapannam Pahimam Prabho Hrishikesha Namastubhyam Prapannam Pahimam Prabho. All hail to thee, Vasudeva, all hail, in whom all beings and entities dwell. Hrishikesh, Lord of senses, hail to thee, save me, O Lord, thy humble refugee. And thus ends chapter 40 in book 10 of the great and glorious Bhagavat Purana, the text beloved of swan-like saints, sung by the son of Vyasa. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.